Good. All right, hello everybody. We're back with another round of Blue-Black Mill here, so that's going to be pretty sweet. We're 1-1 so far in the league. Round 1 we beat Dimir. Round 2 we lost to Red-White Prowess. So here we go with round 3.
All right, and it does look like our opponent does not have a companion. This means it could be Amulet. What are some other noble decks in Modern? Can you think of any offhand?
Let's see. Amulet. It could be Ad Nauseam, which just, I believe, won the Lotus Box event this weekend, so definitely a deck we could be playing against. Overall, I think our hand looks fine. We have Ball to redraw, we have some hand hate, we have mill effects, and we have basically a hard counter at 2 mana. Or kill spell. So, I mean, I think the hand's fine.
We just need to draw a land for it to pan out, so we're going to go ahead and give it a try. So we'll keep it.
And you brought up Amulet. It could really be any of the Titan decks. Wouldn't play a companion. So, yeah, any Field of the Dead based Primeval Titan deck. Yeah. So it's Storm, probably, with Spire Bluff Canal being the lead. Storm, I guess there's a world where it could be the deck that plays the Suspend cards. What's the name of that deck again?
Oh, Restore Balance.
Yeah.
Aspertold.
Yeah. Aspertold.
Living End, whatever you want to call
it.
We're going to leave with an Inquisition. Let's see what they have in their hand.
Yep. Land was a sweet draw. Okay, so it is Storm. Let's try and figure out the best way to deal with this. So
history says you're supposed to get the mana reducers out of their hand, but now that they have 2 of them, it's a little weird.
It is a little weird. Drown and Lock will, I guess, be able to kill one once they play another spell. Yeah, this isn't great. We probably want to take the Electromancer on the basis that Brawl is legendary if we're going to go with a creature, and I think we're supposed to go with a dude. Like, Manamorphose would be the next best take, but I think it's
a dude.
Yeah. And then we bobble, and I believe we look at what they're going to draw.
Yep. Let's get as much information as we possibly can.
Yep.
Take a gander. Another ritual.
So, yeah, that's fine. We're going to have to be really careful about the timing of our mill spells in this matchup because of Past in Flames. Because if we mill Past in Flames, we're like just dead. So, okay, that's a cool draw. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting match. Another probably pretty tough one for mill just because of Past in Flames.
We get some additional surgical effects.
Yeah, so that's going to help. Surgicals are going to be important. This is a pretty good draw, I guess. It's a threat, so I think that's just what we're doing here is just playing Phantasm. Yeah, nothing else really does much. So I don't really want to draw one. Yeah, we're just going to go with this and hope we draw some lands.
Yep.
That's
Game 1s are going to be very tough to win.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it puts us on the back foot where we don't actually want to be playing these mill spells.
Which is weird, yeah.
And with our strategy being mill, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it's strange for sure. Yeah, the surgicals, like you said, really important. It's going to be nice to have 4 of them post-board. Obviously, no blocks. Yeah. Archive Traps, pretty heinous in the matchup too. They have they have like actual 0 search effects. Okay, that's a really nice draw though. So it's pretty awesome. I think we're just attacking him, and we know his 3 cards. So I think we're just probably just going to kill the Brawl. He would have to go Morphos into Remand.
Yeah, we're just going to do it now because there's no reason to give him the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd assume he won't blow the Morphos here, but maybe he will. I guess.
Be very aggressive.
Yeah, I've played a pretty good amount of Storm. I could see doing it to hit the Remand if you really think it's that important, but I definitely think it's probably
I don't think it's correct.
It's probably smart to just wait, yeah.
I've heard people talk about Lorisome Storm. I haven't seen any lists, but I have heard ramblings around.
I mean, it would make sense. The deck,
doesn't play anything higher than 2 mana
yeah.
usually.
So it seems, honestly, I mean, it seems nearly free.
Oh, that's actually fine. We can now Archive Trap them.
Yeah. So these let us Archive Trap, which
and then
is
we
cool.
can swing.
Yeah, that's probably just the best chance
Yeah.
we have to win this game is to just put him on a 4-turn clock.
Yep.
He doesn't have the Mana Dork anymore, so now Past in Flames is like, it's
Less-
still bad, but it's less bad.
Less threatening to us.
Yeah.
I think we just grab a blue source, I assume. That
Yep.
way we can visions if we need to.
I would agree. Yeah.
I don't think we'll visions here, but I like having the option.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we know his 3 cards. That gives us a good advantage because Metamorphose is a cantrip, but the problem is it's not giving them a lot of mana because he doesn't have a
I mean,
reducer.
if he did Morphos now, he'd be hoping to hit gifts.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, attack for 5 and hope that we untap with a hard counter spell up because I actually think we can steal this game if
we're
untap.
in a good spot.
Yep. Did he hit a past? He did not hit a Past in Flames either, which is also very good for us. So
yes.
That's nice.
That's a good sign for us.
That's nice.
All right, he has 17 cards in his
All right, sleight of hand is fine.
18 cards in his
Yeah, we almost have a draw 3 here, which is really nice.
Getting close. If he links cantrips, it could actually backfire on him.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, he's definitely going to play them to try and set up.
Oh, 100%. There's no way around it.
Yep.
He's definitely not going for the kill this turn. I don't imagine that world. I guess if he hits mana reducer, he could try, but he's very
limited.
Yeah.
I mean, we know
that's
his
fine.
3 cards.
We can actually remove that, so that's fine.
Yeah, his Morphos would have to be really good here, and I think that's what he's doing. Wait, we know his 3 cards. Does he have anything in the graveyard that Oh, he knew the top. No, he cast Sleight of Hand. So our opponent just a very strange ritual there. I don't understand what was up with that. And now we get to draw 3 cards. This is just not a good play.
Yeah, that was
up there. Yeah,
that was
strange.
not very good.
Yeah, it was strange for sure.
Yeah, very interesting line they took there.
We've been seeing a lot of that from our opponents in this league, to be honest. A lot of really interesting
lines. Okay, we'll go ahead and go to our turn. We're just gonna I think we're gonna definitely get rid of that Electromancer.
Yeah, we want to. I mean,
so
honestly, we know he has a ritual and an unknown. The question is it better to kill the Electroman, or is it better to actually just leave up a counterspell? What do we think is better?
I think it's just something cleaner to get rid of it.
Okay.
I think it's cleaner to get rid of it. We can play crab, play land.
Yep.
Fetch land.
Yep.
Get 2 triggers off the crab.
Yeah, and then he's actually dead to mill next turn,
yep.
assuming that we get 2 black sources. So we need to get 2 black sources.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the plan.
Or I guess we need to get 1 black source for sure, but we need to double glimpse next turn is how we'll do it. So. Let's see what we hit. So we hit the Past in Flames. I actually think we need to leave the Electroman alive because the problem with killing Electroman is if our opponent has a land or another ritual, they can go Ritual, Past in Flames, Ritual, 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 Morphos, and potentially go off on us. So I think we need to just let the Electro Boy hang out. And
sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
We'd be really in a big back's foot situation if he didn't burn those cards last turn.
Oh yeah, if he had the Morphos here, things would be a lot harder for sure. So yeah, that's nice that is not involved in the equation.
So keep in mind,
Yep, there's the ritual.
So if we would have killed, I'm just thinking if we would kill the Mana Dork,
Yeah.
He would have had to spend 2 mana there, generate 3.
Yep.
And then he would have had to tap all the way down.
The problem is he had another ritual, so we would have been dead. He would have done it, spliced onto Arcane like he just did, and gone nuts. Now we just counter the Past in Flames, and he needs either a Gifts or another pass to get us. If we would have killed the guy, he still would have been able to go off.
We have to counter this.
Yep. Yep. And I mean, if he has the last card is,
All right.
something good, then that would suck. But all right, it wasn't. And yeah, I mean, this is why we went with the line we did. I think it was definitely right. And now our opponent is dead to double glimpse. So double glimpse plus fetch with the crab.
Right.
Yeah, 26 cards.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yep. I don't think we can die from this spot. I'm pretty sure we can't. Yep, that doesn't do it. So yeah, that's sweet. We took game 1 from Storm, which I wouldn't expect we would have done. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Deck's actually performing better than I thought it would. Honestly,
it has actually a good feel to it. Surprisingly,
yeah, it's been cool. I think we've won. This is we've won every game 1 now, which is kind of cool.
So. Nope, that's not true. We actually did lose the mill.
Oh yeah, we lost.
We lost to the mill mirror match.
You're right. You're right.
All right, so let's go ahead and start here.
Yep.
All right, does look like that's gonna do it. We're not even gonna swing because there's no need to.
Yep.
Oh, we're just gonna move on and just take this win.
Yep. Pretty sweet.
All right, sideboarding, surgical extraction. We choose you.
Yep. Surgical, collective brutality, dispel, force of negation. We definitely have a lot of good cards for the matchup.
Yep.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, surprisingly, we have a good plan.
Yep.
And it does look like 2, 4, 6, 8 cards need to come out. Crypt Incursion's not good.
No, Crypt Incursion's horrible. We talked about how bad Archive Trap is. I mean, we do have fields, so maybe they're less bad than I initially thought.
I don't think they're what we want to do.
I think we're less a mill deck post. I think the orbs are pretty bad too.
Yeah.
And I think that's our 8. Glimpses are still sweet. Glimpses just 2 mana, make our phantasms huge, and can still mill our opponent out. But, I think we kind of want to function more as like a pseudo-control deck in post-board games.
Right.
I think that's what we're going to go with. So
yeah, that's what we're going to give it a shot and see how it works.
Yep.
Storm has been a pretty good deck for me. I've done pretty well with that deck.
Yeah, Storm's a sweet deck. I played Storm for a brief period of time as well too. It's a really really fun deck. It's a pretty sweet deck for sure.
I agree. I do know for recording purposes, we will be streaming my pet deck. And I don't know if you know what my pet deck is, but it's called Dredge.
Yeah.
Fair and Balanced Magic. I can't wait to face all them Soul Guide Lanterns. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Soul Guide Lantern's very, very good against Dredge. Yeah, Soul Guide Lantern is a really, really good card. I've been very, very impressed with that card, really in all the formats I've played it in so far, which is just standard and modern, but super, super powerful.
It is. How about some Yorion Dredge?
Okay. I mean, I guess that's what you want to do.
All right, let's take a gambit here. We have Surgical. We have a Crab. The Crab could actually mess them up with a Surgical in our hand. We have an answer to a Mana Dork.
Yeah, I'm keeping
this. We grab Water Grave turn 1. Yeah, no.
Keeping this all day.
Yeah, it seems great.
Yeah, it's about as good as we can ask for, honestly. Removal, some hate, some draw, some pressure.
All right. So. He didn't board in the burn post board. There's step 1. That's actually a good draw.
Yep. Hitting our land drops is really good.
I think we just hold up in case they play a Mana Dork. We'd be efficient.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
We don't need to play the Crab here.
Nope.
At worst case, we don't take extra damage.
Yep.
Either way is good with us. Typically, they're a deck that post board, they like to just go for the empty plan.
Empty pieces of the puzzle, things like that.
Slow it down.
Yep.
Slowing down is usually the typical plan, and they're probably assuming we're playing like Soul Guy Lands or something like that because we're a Loris deck, and almost every Loris list has been playing that card.
Soul Guy Lantern, Tormod's Crypt, something
those
along
kind
those
of
lines.
recursion value cards.
Nihil Spellbomb would be another one. Alright, so this is pretty cool. Our opponent played a Dork into this. These are definitely just going to fetch, shock, kill it. And then I believe on our opponent's next draw step, we should probably Surgical the Electromen, but that's debatable. We'll see what we mill with the crab.
Yeah, we'll see.
We've got a lot of things happening here, so we'll figure all that out. That's a pretty cool draw, too.
Start here.
Do this, mill them 6, then bauble them, and kind of see what's going on here. Okay.
Couple rituals.
I think we fetch.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead
and probably shock. I'd like to be able to play Loris, but I'd also like to have all my blue mana. I don't think our life total is hugely relevant.
I agree.
If we're going to get grave shotted for a bunch, we probably lost the game anyway. So
I have to agree with that statement.
I think just having good mana is worth it. All right, so let's take a peek at their top card, I think.
I think that's correct. Gifts.
The gifts.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good for sure. Yeah, so I definitely would assume our opponent probably has another Mana Lord, considering they ran the first one out on 2, but that's not, I mean, guaranteed by any means.
I think we're playing the Jace's Phantasm here regardless.
Yep, I think I agree. And yeah, it really just comes down to do we think we're supposed to
let's see what we draw off this bauble.
Yeah, I guess we do get to do that before any decisions happen. So yeah, the question is, do we think that we need to hit the mana guy? Do we want to save it for Past in Flames? Do we want to hit Morphos? Those are the questions that I have.
So we could hit the Mana Dork. See, we know he has gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So does that make it? He ain't gifts this turn.
No, he can't gifts this turn.
So maybe we're just supposed to do it: hit a Mana Dork, and then go and get that.
It's possible. Knowing he has gifts, though, that means he is going to be able to find Past in Flames. So maybe we're supposed to save it. I'm really not sure. I think it's
with the gifts we probably are supposed to save it because we can force them into a bad play.
I think we save it. Thinking about it more, and I also think like when they cast gifts, we could cast it and hit like Morphos or something to make their gifts kind of weird. Because if you can't get Morphos on the gifts, or if we even we could hit his rituals or whatever. There's, yep. And here comes another mana guy. I assume.
Interesting.
Paying costs. I mean, Treasure Cruise isn't legal in this format, so that's not happening, fortunately. I don't know what he would have been paying costs for there. That's interesting. We'll see. Okay, so it was just mana.
Sounds right.
So, yep.
Thankfully, Surgical and Remand is funny.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I like playing Field Ruin here.
Yep, definitely like Field.
I kind of just want to field him. Because we can just hit the Past in Flames.
That's fair. Yeah, we could.
We could just get that out of the way.
Okay, there's another Morphos, too.
So I think I still like doing that because it just makes things awkward.
Yep, I'm into it, for sure. Yep, definitely.
Grab a blue source.
I think that's fine.
That way we can potentially visions it for some miraculous reason.
Yeah.
see what we find off of this crap. Empty,
oh, wow.
empty.
2 empties. All right, that's pretty sweet. I definitely think we're just going to be patient and surgical the past in flames
I
because
agree.
that's almost certainly what our opponent
Well, we're going to go ahead and swing for 5.
is going to try and do. Yeah, I mean, I like our spot here.
Yeah, I think we're in a really good spot. Like,
yeah, the fact that they milled both empties is like really sweet. I mean, we could get grape shotted to death, but you know, I think
it's gonna be really hard without
past in flames.
Yeah, because he's gonna probably he's going to do gifts at the end of our turn, or maybe
Looks
not.
like he might even do it now. Yeah, he might even think he has us dead here.
Fair assumption.
Yeah.
So we are at 14.
Yep. Now, what would be scary is, well, actually, what's scary right now is he can gifts for 3 past. Okay, so if he had another ritual, that would be scary. Yep, that's going to happen. So we can respond to a ritual on the stack and try getting the piff. If he would have had another ritual beforehand, we would have been in big trouble because then he gets priority and still just gets to cast the past. But as it is, this should be fine. And hopefully our opponent doesn't have a remand or dispel or dispute or negate.
Remand don't do it.
There, you're right. Remand doesn't do it.
It has to be dispel or negate.
Yeah. Dispute doesn't do it either. Yep. So.
Interesting.
That's pretty annoying, yeah. That's a man who played well around surgical extraction, that's for sure.
This is a man that already has passing flames in his hand already.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, I think we're supposed to give Manamorphose Remand. We can't give him the rituals. There's no possibility we can win if we give him rituals.
Yeah,
That's a rule.
We definitely don't want to give him. Well, so you could always give him a ritual and then extract rituals. So that's one option. I definitely like giving him Remand. We're going to give him Remand.
Yeah.
But the 2 cards you pick go in his yard, so... Oh, what's the second card we want to give him? Do we think... I mean, we could surgical... We could give him, like, Morphos and Remand and then surgical the Morphoses. And then he has no way to, like, filter mana, so that could make going off kind of difficult, or draw cards, really. I mean, you can draw off cantrips and things, but that's whatever.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to put the rituals in the graveyard.
All right, I'm into that. And, yeah, I think we probably go for the... This is all still on his turn. So.
Yeah.
Now, what's cool is as soon as he casts another spell and it resolves, we have 20, so we can draw 3 and maybe hit another surgical, which would be kind of cool. So, yeah, this happens. Mm-hmm. And like I said, if our opponent does go for Past in Flames, the fact that we can eat the Morphoses means he can't filter, which actually probably just totally screws up the kill this turn, because all he'll have is red mana, which won't be
He has empty in the graveyard, though, which is very problematic.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
We might have to actually hit that and hope for the best. Like, it's a little awkward situation.
We can't win in that situation because then he just gifts for the grape shot and
yeah.
we die. So no matter what, we're gonna just have to hope that we can top deck a kill. Because if we leave him with the Morphoses, he just kills us now. But at least if he empties for like 50 goblins or whatever, then okay. So he's just casting an empty. That's fine. We won't do anything else. That's really not that bad. We can beat this. We definitely beat this. So Could have been a lot worse.
Indeed.
The draw 3 here is going to be sweet. We'll do it on the end step.
Expect to get remanded.
That's fine. That is fine. Another Phantasm's an insanely good draw. So's the Brutality, honestly. Yeah, this was insanely good. That was also great.
So I think we're gonna go play Island and mail him a couple.
Yep, that seems fine. I think. Yep, we're on the kill him plan now with the. All right, so there's the Past in Flames.
So Collective Brutality is a card.
I think we surgical the Past in Flames now and see what's going on in his hand. None of that, please. So he had it in his hand, which is absurdly sweet for us.
Remand and Electromancer.
Okay. So the Remand's going to eat a Dispel, probably, because we don't want him to loot that Electroman away. The Electroman's a really bad card.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what's going to happen is we attack for 5, we play another Phantasm, and the question then is, are we supposed to Brutality? The answer is probably yes. Yeah, so do this, play Phantasm, Brutality, 2 modes, Drain and Duress, and then we'll Dispel the Remand and force him to just kill us off the top.
I'll cancel that.
And we'll discard the field.
So
obviously.
2 modes.
Yep, 2 modes.
Reveal.
And 2 life. Yep.
And what do you think we should get rid of?
Well,
Probably
the field. Yeah, the field doesn't do anything. This will get dispelled, and now our opponent just needs to peel something insane off the top. I would imagine it has to be like pieces into something. Yep, that's fine. Just did this to make sure he had to use the Remand. And go. And now both Phantasms are lethal. Yep. So our opponent pretty much has to peel like pieces into the 4th morph. I mean, it's going to be really, really hard to kill us.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough situation.
No Past in Flames in the deck anymore. So unless they like somehow string Grape Shots.
All right.
Sweet.
So we were able to 2-0 Storm, which 10 matchup typically doesn't feel great. But
yeah, I mean, after playing it, it felt better than I initially thought it was. Jace's Phantasm definitely gives the deck a quick clock in matchups like this. So, I mean, Phantasm was definitely what did him in games 1 and 2. This game, 2 of them, and last game, the one just hit him 4 times or whatever. So yeah, the matchup definitely felt better than I initially thought it would.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like I said, I think Mill is actually better than we initially anticipated because we're actually on the winning track right now.
Yeah.
Not saying that we're guaranteed to be on the winning record, but we're in the right direction. And this was round 3 of our league, so we have a couple more matches. For those that are watching, stay tuned. We'll be having more videos for the last 2 matches up. Again, this is Christopher Smith's list that he sent us, so don't hesitate to go over to his Twitch and check him out or follow him on Twitter. We'll have his information below along with ours, along with SwishGaming.com.
Yep.
You can get more videos just like this. Until next time, we'll be back for the 4th game.
Yep.